If SB19 stopped tomorrow, the industry wouldn't just lose a group, it would lose a system, a blueprint, and a movement. And that's the uncomfortable truth most people don't talk about. SB19 isn't just successful, they're dangerously hard to replace. Not because of hype, not because of fandom noise, but because of how they were built. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why SB19 isn't just rare. They're structurally irreplaceable. Kindly like, share, and subscribe to Starwave as we dive in. 1. Most idol groups are replaceable. Here's why. Let's start with an uncomfortable reality. In the idol industry, replacement is built into the system. Groups debut, peak, fade, and new ones take their place. Why? Because many idol groups are designed like products. Pre-selected visuals, assigned roles, songs written by external teams, image controlled by companies. If one member leaves, the system survives. If the group disbands, another fills the gap. The brand lives on, not the people. But SB19 doesn't fit into this structure at all. 2. SB19 is not a product. They're a process. SB19 didn't start as a finished concept. They started as unfinished individuals who built themselves publicly. They trained without privilege. They struggled without a safety net. They learned everything the hard way: vocals, dance, songwriting, production, even marketing. This matters because you can replace a product. You cannot replace a process that took years of shared suffering. Their chemistry isn't manufactured, it's earned, and audiences can feel the difference, even if they can't explain it. 3. They control the core, and that changes everything. Here's the biggest reason SB19 is hard to replace. They control their creative core. They write or co-write their music. They shape their sound. They understand their message. They participate in their visual identity. Most idol groups are interpreters. SB19 are authors. That means their music isn't just catchy, it's personal. And personal art creates emotional ownership in fans. You don't just consume SB19, you connect to them. And connection is far harder to replace than popularity. 4. SB19. Members are individually strong. That's rare. In many idol groups, 1 or 2 members carry the brand. Remove them, and the group collapses. SB19 is different. Each member has a distinct vocal color, a recognizable personality, a clear performance identity, individual credibility outside the group. Yet none of them overshadow the group. This balance is incredibly rare. It means the group doesn't rely on a single star. The loss of one doesn't erase the others. But together, they create something bigger than the sum of its parts. That's not accidental. That's structural strength. 5. They represent something bigger than music. SB19 didn't just sell songs. They carried a national narrative. They represent Filipino pride without dilution, Asian excellence without imitation, global ambition without cultural erasure. They didn't chase Western validation, and that became their validation. When a group represents identity, struggle, and aspiration, replacing them feels like erasing a story, not just swapping artists. You can debut another Ppop group, but you can't recreate this moment in history. 6. Their fans aren't passive, they're invested. A lot of fandom support because it's fun. ATIN supports because it feels personal. Why? Because fans watched. Their failures, their self-doubt, their risks, their independence. This creates emotional labor investment. People don't just cheer SB19, they defend them, they build with them, they grow alongside them. That kind of loyalty doesn't reset with a new debut. 7. SB19 took risks. Others wouldn't. Let's talk about risk. Real risk. SB19 left comfort for control, chose long-term ownership over short-term safety, bet on Asian markets beyond the usual pathways, trusted their audience instead of trends. Most groups are protected by systems. SB19 built their own. And here's the thing about risk. When artists survive it publicly, they gain credibility that can't be copied. Anyone can debut with funding. Not everyone survives independence. 8. Timing matters. And SB19's timing was perfect. SB19 emerged at a cultural crossroads. Global audiences were open to Asian artists beyond K-pop fans wanted authenticity, not polish. Social media rewarded story over image. They didn't force relevance. They matched the moment. And timing like that can't be recreated on command. You can train talent, you can fund debuts, but you can't manufacture perfect cultural timing twice. 9. Why even the industry knows they're hard to replace. Labels, brands, and platforms don't just look at numbers. They look at stability. SB19 offers consistent engagement, long-term fan retention, cross-market appeal, credible independence. That's why brands trust them. That's why media respects them. That's why discussions about SB19 feel bigger than chart rankings. They're not just artists, they're a case study. 10. The final truth no one wants to admit. SB19 isn't hard to replace because they're perfect. They're hard to replace because they're real. Their flaws are visible, their growth is documented, their journey is unfinished. And audiences don't fall in love with perfection. They fall in love with progress. You can debut a new idol group tomorrow, but you cannot replicate their history, their risks, their scars, their earned trust. That's why SB19 isn't just another group in the industry. They're a reference point. So the next time someone says, another group will replace SB19, remember this: you can replace a name, you can't replace a journey. If you enjoyed this deep dive, like the video, subscribe, and comment below. What do you think makes SB19 truly irreplaceable? Because this conversation is far from over.